Chapter 3: The Push Method. Once the grills have been covered and the vacuum connected, the push part of the process can begin. This is accomplished by using special air tools and nozzles that are operated by the DUCT-PRO Portable Air Compressor. Cleaning air duct systems with compressed air requires the use of a two-stage air compressor that provides 185 psi or more and air volume rated 17.5 CFM or more. The air nozzles use a great deal of air, so the compressor's ability to make air is very important. A two-stage compressor is necessary to provide the desired performance. There are basically two types of compressors: gasoline engine driven and electric motor driven. The electric model requires 230 volts of service for the 5 horsepower motor. This model is almost exclusively used for commercial and industrial cleaning, or if access to 230 volt service is readily available. Some contractors also use the 230 volt model for high-rise condo cleaning. Residential work, however, is almost always done by using a gasoline engine compressor, which remains outdoors. It is more versatile than the electric and is comparable in performance. A 9 horsepower gasoline engine is needed to power the compressor. Prior to starting, check the oil level in both the compressor pump and the engine. Consult the instruction manuals for both the pump and the engine for oil recommendations. It is essential that the proper oils be used to prevent damage to either the pump or the engine. It is also important to change these oils following the manufacturer's recommendations. The compressor should be located at a level site that provides easy access yet does not allow for fumes to be drawn into the house or work area. The engine exhaust should be directed in such a way as not to damage any property, including shrubbery. The compressor should be also protected from the elements during inclement weather. When starting the gas compressor, it is important to follow a few simple guidelines regarding the pressure in the air tanks. Prior to starting a cold engine in moderate weather conditions, all air should be drained from the tanks to assure that the engine does not have to work against any pressure in the air tanks. After the air has been drained, the drain valves can then be closed prior to starting. In cold weather conditions, it is recommended that the drain valves be left open while starting. The compressor should be run for a minute or so with the valves open to allow it to warm up. Valves can then be closed, allowing the compressor to build up to working pressure. When restarting warm compressors, the tanks do not need to be empty. However, if there is air in the tanks, the pilot unloader valve should be set in the unloaded position as shown here. After about 15 seconds, the pilot valve can be released, allowing the compressor to resume normal operation. The hose from the compressor is brought into the home to provide air for the special air tools. A non-marking hose should be used to minimize potential damage to the home. If more than 50 feet of hose is needed, a quick connect joining the hoses should be wrapped with duct tape to prevent any accidental separation, as the quick connect could catch on an obstruction. If this wrapping is not done and the hoses separate, the back pressure in the hose can cause it to whip violently for an instant, causing injury or property damage. For this reason, it is also important to hold the end of both hoses when disconnecting them from each other or the compressor. With the power vac turned on and the grill mask taped over the grills, the push cleaning procedure using compressed air can begin. Cleaning is always started at the furthest branch and worked back toward the power vac. The furthest grill should get an initial air washing using a light blast from the air booster gun. Be careful not to apply too much air so as to create a puff back of debris. The grill can then be pulled off and the boot area cleaned with the booster gun. Again, be careful not to use too much compressed air to cause a puff back of debris. Many duct cleaners also wash and sanitize the grills. The branch duct is now cleaned using a forward air sweep. The nozzle of this tool has holes pointing in a forward direction, which pushes the debris forward toward the main duct and the power vac. A blast of air while pushing the hose forward will loosen the debris and cause it to get into the DUCT-PRO power vac's airstream. Forward air sweeping should be done until the branch is clean. You can usually hear when no more debris has been loosened. Another method of cleaning the branch runs is to use the reverse air sweep from where the branch joins the main. Reverse air sweeping from the branches is usually done when the ductwork is in the basement and affords easy access. This tool and procedure will be demonstrated shortly. Each grill boot and branch is cleaned separately, starting from the furthest vacuum hookup point. Except for the furthest 2 or 3, the cover should be replaced immediately after cleaning. Once each of the runs has been cleaned and all the debris has been pulled out into the vacuum, the main duct can then be cleaned. This is usually done by the use of the reverse air sweep. However, in attic or crawl space systems, many duct cleaners prefer the use of the forward air sweep to clean as much of the system as possible to avoid the cramped conditions of crawl space or the heat of an attic. In that case, the forward sweep should be pushed all the way down the branch and as far as possible into the main. The reverse air sweep has a nozzle with 8 holes pointed backwards. When air is applied with the hand valve, the nozzle propels itself forward down the duct, pulling the hose after it. Here's a view of the reverse air sweep inside metal ductwork. By rolling the hose slightly, the nozzle can be made to move around and cover the entire inside surfaces of the duct. Here's a view of the reverse air sweep inside a flex duct. It does an excellent job of cleaning into all the ribs where the debris accumulates. When cleaning the main duct, again, you'll want to start from the furthest point and work back to the power vac. A 1-inch access hole is necessary to insert the air sweep into the ductwork, so a vary bit accessory is used to quickly and neatly make this hole. These holes are easily plugged after air sweeping with a 1-inch plastic cap plug. If the duct is fiberboard, you can again use the knife to cut a small hole. Generally, you'll need to make the holes about every 25 to 30 feet. If the duct is exceptionally wide, you may need to make more than 1 hole to clean a section. A good guideline is to use 2 holes at the ductwork that is over 15 inches in width. If it's over 20 inches, use 3 holes. This helps to be certain that the entire inside of the surface is contacted by the blast of compressed air. To use the reverse air sweep, push the nozzle through the hole and point it in the proper direction. Squeeze the hand valve and let the nozzle pull the hose down the duct. Due to the weight of the remaining hose and the friction from the edge of the hole, you may need to gently push the hose through the hole as it's going down the duct. Keep a constant airflow to maintain control. Once the nozzle is as far down the duct as you want it, start pulling back while giving intermittent blasts of air. These blasts will help dislodge the debris and push it into the power vac's airstream. It is generally necessary to air sweep each section of ductwork a number of times. This is determined by how much debris is in the duct and how hard it is to remove it from the duct surface. You will know when a section is clean because you will no longer hear the debris in the ductwork or see it being pulled through the clear power vacuum hose. There is a warning tape on the air sweep hose. The nozzle is 2 feet from the red tape and 4 feet from the white tape. It is important to watch for this tape so you know exactly where the nozzle is. If caution is not used when pulling the air sweep out of the duct, the hard nylon nozzle could fly around and cause serious injury. We recommend that safety glasses be worn for all duct cleaning operations, and we strongly recommend that respirators be worn as well. Cut-resistant gloves and sleeves can also greatly reduce injuries when reaching through the sheet metal cutouts. As mentioned earlier, the reverse air sweep can also be used to clean the branch runs. This is generally the case where the air handler is in the attic or the basement and access to all ductwork is easy. Many duct cleaners prefer the reverse air sweep where possible since it can be done more quickly than forward sweeping. In this procedure, clean all the grills and boots first, then run the reverse sweep up the grill from the point where the branch run comes into the main. The grill should be left in place to prevent the air sweep from overshooting through the boot and into the living area.